Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Gen X Talk podcast. I am Mike, the professional broadcaster, broadcasting to you today. And joining me is Jeremy, a.k.a. Brian Blue, the TV star. And also joining me is radio host of Let's Eat, Jab.
Oh, what's going on?
How are you guys doing?
Man, we're doing good, man.
Man,
Yourself?
I'm pretty good today. I am pretty good today. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I'm just thinking what popped into my mind right now is the other night I watched Mike in karaoke sing Ode to the Car, the Adam Sandler piece of shit car. Dude, you did a phenomenal job. And at the end, when he screams it, dude, you like the whole room. And then he has this big shirt, hashtag says, be a hoe.
Now I would have come to the karaoke. Karaoke.
Yeah, be a hoe. That was a throwback to my former podcast, Rule 34. That was our motto, be a hoe. I sometimes wear that shirt and I forget that be a hoe isn't everybody's cup of tea. And sometimes I get dirty looks and I don't know why. I was like, oh yeah, I'm wearing a shirt that says be a hoe.
So is your shirt telling them to be a hoe, or
it tells everyone to be a hoe because being a hoe is pretty badass. I'm not a hoe anymore, but back in my hoe days, it was.
Man, everybody's a hoe to somebody.
Well, I'm somebody's hoe. I'm somebody's hoe.
So today I know we're going to be jumping in talking about vehicles because. You know, we did a show before where we talked about collectibles and figures, and then we started thinking about other things back in our generation, which was cars and, you know, the way they were made, the way they're engineered to how they are now.
Yeah.
And I know the biggest thing right now in media is all this electric car shit going on, right?
Yeah, man. Yes. Yeah. Tesla stock is the shit.
Yeah.
If you know how to play it.
Right,
it bounces up, and you know if
it's
you're
real volatile. Yeah,
what do they call that kind of trading? Not when you
day trading.
Day trading.
Yeah.
If you're into day trading, oh man, that's some shit to play with,
dude.
Yeah, if you got some money sitting around, I ain't got none, but hey, I know you can make a lot of money. Yeah, it bounces.
Oh, dude, it's insane.
Yeah, and it just goes off the media.
It is, and it's crazy because I don't know about you guys, but you know, I think one of the reasons I like talking about vehicles like this and reminiscence because where's it gonna be? Where are cars going to be in the next 20 to 30 years?
Flying?
Yeah, maybe.
No.
From when?
Hell no.
Well, GM is making from my understanding, they're making an airplane. It's going to be like, I might be wrong. I'm not going to say like Uber or anything, but yeah, they are. They're working on it.
Man, I can't trust motherfuckers driving on the ground. I damn sure don't want them flying.
Oh, yeah. I don't want it to happen. I'm just saying it's
but it's
happen.
what, you know, but here's the thing. Like, because let's face it. We're going to be old as fuck in 20 to 30 years.
Yeah.
We probably can't really fathom. I mean, we can dream it, but we really can't fathom the artificial intelligence evolution in 20 to 30 years. And frankly, it wouldn't surprise me if they learned how to get cars to fly that are extremely safe and in some sort of a grid, some sort of flight patterns that are ironclad and self-controlled. I mean, it's going to have to be because there's only so many roads and land that and everything, like houses right now, they're building up, right? Mm-hmm. They're destroying, you know, like single family layered houses, what they call bungalow rents out. Yeah, and they're building up. Mm-hmm. That's what they're doing in Nashville and big cities like that. They're just going way up. So what that tells me is we have to use the air.
Yeah. We're getting to the sky. We're going outer space.
Screw that. I don't want some motherfucker car crashed in my living room because he thought he had enough gas to make it.
That's electricity. Yeah. Well, I think that I can definitely imagine it because we see airplanes, so we see that it is possible, and then they've shown videos of what it'll look like. So it's a little easier, I think, for our generation to imagine something that we don't have right now.
Yeah.
It's a lot easier for us to imagine it than our parents or when we were children. Because you had, so, you know. What I'm tripping off of is this electric shit. You know, everybody's talking about, we can save money, it's better for the environment. And we switched to electric. And it sounds like a good thing right now, but just think if there were no more gas cars, and you only have electric cars, then the same people who raise the price of gas will just raise the price of electricity.
Precisely.
Yeah, so we need to keep both, I would say, to have competition.
The problem, though, you're right, and the problem with petrol fuels, though, and because when we were young, we had the big box cars, right? Like the big Cadillacs, Ford Victorias, Crown Victorias. Then, as we got a little older, the Tauruses, the Escorts, all that shit. And the problem is they were gas guzzlers. And with oil, because, at the end of it, all the crude oil we produce gets refined into this gasoline. And we're way past peak oil, meaning, and I know you guys get it, but just so listeners can quite understand, peak oil is simply just, that is the most oil we ever had in the world. Specifically talking about the country. Now what's happened is we are past peak, meaning we are now using and depleting all the reserves we know exist in this country. And for example, a barrel of oil is 42 gallons. Okay, so crude oil is indexed with an index called the WTI, West Texas Intermediate. Right now, a barrel of oil is like $70 a barrel. That's why gas is so damn high.
Right.
But at the end of the day, we use this country.
We're using so much.
We're using 10 million barrels a day. We're only producing 9 million.
9 from where?
From our own domestic reserves.
Yeah.
We're producing 9 million barrels of oil a day, but we use 10 million. That's why
we have to get 1 million from somewhere else.
That's what we're doing. Saudi
Arabia.
Yeah.
Well, Saudis, but yes and no.
This is what I was told, not to go into that deep of a conversation about that, but I was told that in Alaska, we have a reserve that we don't even use, that's not even being touched.
They're the heavier sands out there. So to refine it, it's very expensive. So in Alaska, everyone that lives in Alaska, every single resident in Alaska gets paid royalties for the oil they produce.
Yeah. I was told they have a lot, like enough to supply us for a long time.
Not really. They have it in reserves. It's the reserve, meaning there's enough to sustain us, but we're still not. We still in reserves don't have enough to offset the difference that we produce every single month. So
that's what I was told. I get what you're saying.
Yeah,
but I always thought we were. I thought basically we were just, we're going to sit on our shit and go over here and take this shit so we can charge the people all this extra money and tell them this bullshit. But we ain't running out.
Yeah, remember
I don't think.
Mid-2000s, around 2004, 2005, I think Bush was president at the time, and that's when we were just going nuts with the gas guzzlers. Like, we had the Hummers.
Yep.
Everybody had a fucking Escalade.
Yeah.
We had all these big-ass SUVs, and then fucking gas just shot through the roof, and all that shit disappeared quick.
You mean what did?
All the big cars.
Yeah.
Like the Excursion and the Hummer. I know both of them left. I don't know about...
Hummer just straight up went out of business.
Yeah, they just said, fuck it, we're not going to make this shit no more.
But, yeah, I mean, people got...
You want to tank join the army. Bitch.
Well, and it's interesting because when we think about when we were kids, right, when we were young, let's talk about the late 70s and early 80s even. Because, I mean, we're all born
in 79.
Yeah, same year, 79. Yeah. You're 77.
77.
Yeah. So we were a person then anyways, but that was the first... oil crash. Oil was really high, and then it went down. It just crashed, and the reason is because, we had discovered all the reserves we need. We're now producing 20 or 30% more oil than we're actually using, and the price went way down. That's when manufacturing of a lot of these big ass, high powered engines went into effect, and the gas guzzlers started really coming to fruition in the market. And part of that was the cars that are the new the new sports cars, that would just burn the shit out of gas. And everybody wanted one, the big trucks, and all those things. And I don't know, I just personally remember seeing those and smelling the gas. I mean, can y'all remember as young kids smelling the fuel of the cars?
Oh, yeah. I remember.
Oh, yeah. Back when gasoline had lead.
You still smell it now. If you even in the old car, you still got that. God, wait, is it smoke and exhaust?
Yeah, it's all that carburation and I mean, I'm a classic. Y'all know that I'm a classic car guy, so I have those cars like in the 50s, the 50s model cars. But I actually love that smell.
I believe too. another thing when we talk about vehicles and gas, like talking about vehicles is another thing, but like the gas and oil, is how much driving we do now. Like, let's go back to when we were kids. You didn't go anywhere. You went to school. Your mom and dad went to work.
Yep.
Driving to Dallas from South Fort Worth was like only to visit. Like if you had somebody important or this, you go to Dallas just for business.
Yeah.
I drive 20 minutes, 30 minutes just to come to a podcast. My dad would have never done that.
Never.
Most people in the family, they went places together. So you only needed maybe one car, maybe two at the most. Now you have a car. Your son has a car. Your daughter has a car.
That's a
right?
great point.
So of course we're burning more because of
Well,
our lifestyles now.
You have a family car when you have young kids, though. I mean, for us,
No. Even when you have children, I mean,
no,
well, I'm not going to say no that you're wrong, but what I'm saying is when we were young, like your dad or mom, okay, you had a car, and it was pretty much like that. Well, for me, almost till we were grown, and the only way you got a car maybe at 16 is if you had a job, or mom and dad couldn't get you there, but they really could. So it was, but now kids have all these places to go. You have all these places to go. So even if there was one car or two cars or three, it doesn't matter. We're going more places. Like I said, your dad would have never been driving every other Saturday to record a podcast.
but you know
20,
what?
30 miles.
You're right.
he
And
probably would have. I mean,
Maybe, but you get my point. The
Yeah.
average person on weekends.
But you got to think of it like this. Back in our day, even though it wasn't great, families were still more families.
right, it was.
So,
Definitely.
it's like, by and large, a lot of women stayed at home. So they
Right.
didn't really need a car than grocery shopping.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. And number
Which
two,
was up the street.
absolutely. But however, those cars like the old Lincolns and the old, like I said, the Tauruses and the big boxy cars, they weren't as efficient as the cars now. The cars we have now they're engineered so well that you can drive 30 miles is not a big deal, but driving 30 miles in a
Back then.
Continental,
Yeah.
hell, an old school Cadillac. I mean, you might be riding, you might be floating there,
Yeah,
the
but
big,
it's-
the boats. But shit, it was stuffy. Your back would be sweaty.
Yeah.
You get out of the car with dripping sweat. I mean, it was a fucking job to drive
Right.
30 miles.
It was.
It ain't shit
You're right.
now.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, it's easy.
yeah, that's,
So even though it's more efficient and more convenient, we're doing a lot more of it. So it probably
A lot more. And the cars don't burn as much fuel as they used to, but because of emissions and quality and engineering.
No, you're right.
But every family, I mean, my family, for example, I got 3 kids. One of them doesn't drive yet, but both my kids have a car. I got 3 or 4 cars.
Same here. It's like, well, I don't have 3 or 4. I got 2.
Yeah.
And my daughter, yes.
Yeah. Well, mine are just collectibles, though.
Right.
But yeah, you
But
get it.
I've had it before. And a bike, and we go more places. Like you said,
Yeah.
You can drive damn near 90 miles an hour, 80 miles at least, 85, and not to get a ticket. Back then on the freeway was what, 55?
55.
oh yeah, there was. I remember 55.
55, and that was
miles.
like, and then it was like 50 at night or something. Like 55
Yep.
in a day,
drop
55 at
down.
night or something. Yeah, so
Dude, you made me think of some cool shit.
Yeah,
Like,
we-
remember back when we were a kid, we look at the dashboards, and it'd have the 55 between 50 and 60?
Yeah.
Remember that?
yeah, that little
Damn,
line.
dude, yeah, back in the day.
Now your
shit.
shit's digital. It's telling you exactly what it is.
Dude.
And then my I'm not bragging, like my little BMW,
Yeah.
it actually tells you the speed limit of, like, on my speedometer, it's going to say in red, like, the speed limit.
Oh, it pops up the speed
The
limit.
speed
Yeah.
limit. So if I'm going, and it tells me, I'm like, damn, that's cool. In the area where you are. So if you drive from 50 to 45, I was like, damn, it knows
Dude.
all that shit.
Dude.
That's fucking cool, man.
Yeah, it saves you from a lot of speed traps in these small
Yeah, it
towns.
tells you all that.
Dude, we had what back in, I don't know if y'all remember this. Y'all probably do. Back when I was growing up, like back in the day, so I was probably the ages 9, 10, 11, 12. So you guys are in the neighborhood. We had them big ass yellow station wagons. And we talked about this before. I had all the big dogs. See, because our dogs went everywhere.
Yep.
And we had 100+ pound big ass fucking German Shepherds.
Yep.
And we had an old school Pontiac station
I
wagon.
remember that.
And it was bought. My dad didn't have credit, so he paid $1,000 for a 1969 Pontiac. I can't remember the model, but it had a 409 in that son of a bitch. That fucking car would fly.
Real.
And he would be burning. He would get mad because he's a road rage driver. We had the 3 dogs in there, and he'd be like, "How all these new cars?" He'd be talking about the like Escorts and like the Ford Focuses or not Tauruses and shit. And he would have so much road rage to get around him. He'd fucking get mad and go. He called the dogs Sugar and Rex was our dogs, and we had Sugar, Rex, and Nunu. Fucking some white shit. Okay, but we had 3.
Nunu sound cool.
We had 3.
Rex too. I had a dog named Rex. I had a dog with all those names before.
He would he would literally talk to dogs. All right, y'all sit down and buckle up. I'm about to floor it. And talking to the dogs, and when he'd fucking hit it, the dogs would literally, they'd learn to fucking hold themselves in that car.
Yeah.
And they'd hold themselves in on his command, and he'd just tear through all these new cars in that old big ass station wagon. God, that old school muscle power.
My dad had a 78, I think, Thunderbird forever. But the car that my dad bought that stands out the most is, well, a couple of cars, but he had a truck, and I don't know what kind of, I would say a Ford Ranger possibly, the little bitty, small looking kind.
Like the 89s or something?
Man, no, this is before 89. This was in probably 87.
Oh, shit.
I wasn't even living over there by y'all yet.
Yeah,
and he bought this truck, and I think he paid $300 or $400 for it. And you use the screwdriver when he crank it, like the ignition was messed up. And I used to, you could literally, this car had got to where it would only go so fast, like if someone with the gears or transmission.
Yeah.
So let's say it only went like 40 miles an hour, and we went everywhere in this car. And the only thing cool about it was riding in the back. But I used to hate, like, I'd rather walk home from school than my dad come pick me up in that shit until he let us ride in the back. But if we ride in the back is always fun as a kid.
Oh, yeah.
But man, this truck wasn't no bigger. This truck was probably no bigger than a freaking Ford Focus today, but it was a truck.
I know exactly the
Oh, I hated that motherfucker, man. God. But he got it for $400.
Dude, $400 could buy you a car back then, though.
Yeah.
I would never remember that for it, and that's what I always know. I don't want no $400 car.
Back when I was a kid, we always had 2 cars. We had one that runs and one that don't. And the one that don't was like the backup. Maybe you're going to get where you're going. Maybe you're not.
Yeah.
But then the other one, that's the one my dad took to work every day. And, he would come home, and then we'd go out. We'd go out to the military base. That's where everything happened back when I was a kid.
Yeah.
My mom would go shopping. My dad would go to the NCO club and drink his whiskey. And they would drop me off at the rec center to play video games. So it's like, it was a family thing, even though we were all in 3 separate places the whole time.
Yeah.
My dad had a car. He had a Mustang, and I don't know if it was a 5.0 or whatever. And I would say about the age of 6. And he had this car for at least 3 years, just sitting in the driveway. If he ever listens to the show, he's going to probably get upset. But him and his friend, his name was Don Maroney, they jacked this car up. We had a big tree in our front yard. And all that we had was a chain with a motor, an engine for the car.
Yeah.
Like, we're going to rebuild it. Man, it took him my whole childhood. I guess. I just know that when we played outside, you don't want to walk under because every day it might break. Y'all don't play over there by that. That thing might fall.
Damn.
But he had the engine jacked up on a chain hanging on a tree. I guess that he was remodeling or whatever.
Like he uses as a lift.
Yeah, but it was a 3-year project, I guess.
Damn.
And what I remember is always sitting in the car in the driveway, pretending like I'm driving.
Oh, yeah.
Me and my brother and sister playing in it, or me and my friends. And so we had that car too. You say the one that didn't run. We had that for years.
Yeah, my dad had a project car that I don't think ever ran. Or at least not during my lifetime.
Yeah.
It might have ran before I was
That's
born.
that's how I feel about that Mustang.
But I've never seen it go anywhere except to the junkyard.
Dude.
I think that was something all our fathers had because I had the same thing, man. Whatever happened to that motherfucker?
You know what's even crazy is back when we were young, you could get a car that actually ran for $500. Today,
Oh yeah.
fuck.
They'll give you
ain't even a
$500.
payment.
Yeah,
No.
they'll give you $500 from the wreck. Like if your car doesn't work at all or it's beat up, and as long as the transmission's good or something's good, they'll give you $500.
Salvage kind of deal.
Yeah. They'll give you $500 just like that.
But try buying a car now for one
That's
of
what
your
I'm saying.
kids. They're expensive.
I know.
I mean, shit. I mean,
Yeah.
you can't. I don't think you can get anything really good and reliable for under $5,000. Not really.
You might not get a car for $5,000.
And I got a car for my daughter, 2013 Nissan Maxima with 78,000 miles. It was $7,500. It was from a family member.
Yeah.
Good car.
deal, actually.
Yeah. But I saw the same exact car for 17, 18,000 on lots. Like, God damn.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy.
It's insane.
Yeah.
I mean, the cost is.
Charge you whatever they want.
Well, and you're right. And it's just, what's crazy is we are now an accepting way of life society to get in debt.
Yeah.
And get in debt. How's a young kid going to save 20 fucking grand to buy a car when they're 16? It's like, that's not real likely.
And if you look at the trade-in, like the same car I'm telling you about, that we just said, oh, that was a damn good deal. When I went to pay the taxes on it, the value that they got, it wasn't even half that. It was like, I think 4,000, 3,000. You know what I mean? As far as the taxable.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
So that means that the cars they're selling us, we could never get even a portion of what we can because of the demand, but what they say they're worth. Yeah. Like what they're actually worth and what we pay for them.
Yeah.
It's terrible. You used to buy a car.
Not even.
You could buy a car used for less, and you could drive it. If you were an investor, like you could drive a car for 5 or 6 months and sell it for the same amount you bought it for or maybe more. Yeah. That's not happening now.
It's insane.
Yeah, the depreciation is almost immediate. But let's tell the truth. And the
markup, even when you're buying it, it's not worth what you're paying for.
Right. And the thing is,
how bad do you want it?
Cars today are so much better. Like, what was your first car?
89 Nissan Sentra. And I got it in 1996. That's what I got.
Yeah, wow.
I did pretty good.
You did good, yeah. Mine was a 92 Hyundai Scoop. And I got it in like 98, 97, somewhere right in there.
So you're saying I got mine our junior year. Like before our junior year is when I got it.
Yeah.
And mine was my parents' old car that it broke down, and I paid to get it fixed. The transmission, I paid $800.
Yeah, nice.
Get a transmission, new transmission, or rebuilt or whatever.
Yeah, I had a 1990 Plymouth Reliant.
Well, yeah.
The car that we all piled up in?
Yeah.
Was it light blue?
Yep.
I remember that.
Baby blue.
Yep.
It was about the size of my car now, except it had 4 doors. And
man, that was the best car ever for us.
Dude, we used to go in that car deep. Like
Mike was 16, so that would have made the majority of us 14 and 13. Because none of us had cars.
Yeah.
Me, Maurice, we were. Everybody was either my age or probably younger. Maybe everybody was at least 2 years.
Yeah.
Man. We piled up in that car everywhere, riding on the back of the trunk, like just going up to that church.
Yeah.
To play football and all that. Man.
I wonder why. I wonder what it is. Why we can enjoy simple shit when we're young. But now simple shit, we don't get that kind of, you know what I mean?
Right.
Well, back then we had no concern for safety. That's one thing.
I think it was awareness. It's just like everything else. I know this is one topic, but we were talking about the barbershop, and I was talking about marriage. And back then you didn't know but what you had right then. If let's just use it for example, you were poor, and I'm poor. We don't know we're poor. So far as we're happy. We got food, we got clothes, we play football every week. We're living.
Yep.
But today you can have that same life, but when you look on your phone, you see that your friend that you go to school with, they got a swim pool in their backyard.
Yeah.
You see that your friend and then his mom is taking him out and they got on nice suits and Air Jordan tennis shoes or Gators, whatever matches the clothes they have on.
Yeah.
Or they have a brand new Cowboys jersey on and you just have a T-shirt. That's the difference. We know of more now. We didn't know, but if everybody in your community is pretty much the same, you might have one kid that dressed kind of raggedy we made fun of, but pretty much we were all the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you don't see if you're a millionaire now and I'm not, I don't see you in your 5 cars that you just told me you had. So I'm satisfied with my car. It's like, damn, somebody has 5 cars, he don't even drive them. Like, oh shit. That's why. I believe that's why. Same thing with relationships.
Yeah.
When all you see is your wife and then maybe one woman at work that you think, she's hot. But you didn't to cheat. Let's say to cheat.
No, I got you.
Because people cheat a lot now.
Oh yeah,
it's more common, I guess.
Oh yeah.
You would have to drive to like the other side of town just to see another woman.
Yeah.
Get what I mean? Because women out in the neighborhood, you know them. So you drive way to the other side of town. Then you have to catch her out That's just to meet a woman.
Yep.
You can't call them on the phone because everybody shares the same house phone.
Yep.
Now you can put them in your social media, and now you can get on social media and connect with all these. Like, everything's different, so nobody's satisfied with what they have here because they see other stuff and it looks better.
I agree. Yeah, no, that's a good insight.
Yeah,
That's
hard. Yeah. If you really understand life, though,
but
you can, man, it's all an illusion. That's what I tell myself.
It is.
Everything's a fucking illusion.
And that's just
not real.
If you can you're so right. And if you can just reframe or retool the way you think to be back to when you were young and unaware, as you call it, I think life would be a lot more satisfactory.
It is. It is. I've had to do this myself. That's why I'm able to say what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I had to go back and think. Like, even little things like we take for granted. Like I said, grocery store. You see a girl, went to school with her, and you're married, and say, hey, how you doing, JB? Oh, I see you looking nice. Hey, give me your number. Right off, you're gonna think, oh no, I can't do that. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Your wife and you have the same phone at the house. She can't
Right.
call you. Like, no, I can't do that. But in 2023, you see that same girl. She's, oh, you looking good? How you doing? You got Facebook?
Yeah.
The average person's gonna say, yeah, without. And I'm not saying they have bad intentions.
No, I know what you mean.
Without even thinking about it.
Yeah.
Because everybody has Facebook. Everybody's on Facebook. But now this same woman can look at your pictures. She can like them. She can, I know he's married. Let me message him.
Yeah.
And boom.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Now you're looking at her pictures. This bitch shakes her ass every day. Damn, my wife don't shake her ass like that. Now you're not satisfied. You were satisfied with your wife every day.
Yeah.
Until you saw her.
Yeah.
Damn.
That's a good.
Hey,
that's really good.
That's what's going on. And advertisers know that. People who sell cars, people who sell food, everybody knows that everybody's looking for something that's better.
Yeah.
Now, all I got to do is present something and make it look better. Some people are going to say, nah, man, fuck that.
No, I agree with everything.
But there's many people that thinking off emotions are going to just jump and get it. And whatever it is. It could be a steak. And you get and taste it. Man, my damn cheeseburger tastes better than this, but you've already bought it.
That's right. Yeah. No, yeah.
The grass is always greener.
Yeah. Until you know that you got to water it.
Yeah,
that's the difference.
Yeah.
Same with cars.
Fucking pig screen.
Yeah.
But
Even my, I've had, nice cars like a BMW. You look at the payment and every month, and then you go back and you're like, damn, I could have just bought this car. But when you didn't have it, you had to have it.
Yeah, you made it.
Yeah, but once you got it, it's like, it's really.
It wears off the novelties and shit. No, I get it.
Yeah, that's what's happening. That's what happened with us as we got older.
Yep.
So
yeah, I totally agree.
I was talking about y'all's first cars. Like, were they good quality cars? How long did they last? Because mine
actually was.
I beat the shit out of my car.
Well, yeah.
But overall, it was okay.
I ended up wrecking mine.
Oh shit!
I think I enjoyed Mike's first car more than my own because you didn't have to put gas in it. Man, Mike, you were a good friend. Mike took us every fucking where, bro. Like, we went from walking to having a car.
Yeah.
At 14, 15.
Stretched out.
Mike was the coolest kid in the neighborhood.
Yeah, for a little while, because gas was $1.15.
Hey, we had Mike missing work and late to work and all.
Dude.
You remember those days? Mike have to work and we'd be, come on, man, let's do this, do that. Like, we fucked up what we did. Now you think about it.
Yeah,
we weren't good friends, Mike. We weren't shit. But Mike was. He was a good friend, man. He'd get you where you got to go, pick you up.
Well, I was working at Popeye, so I didn't really give a fuck.
Yeah,
that's the way it goes.
Yeah, those were good days, bro.
My car is pretty reliable. The only problem with me is I never gave it an oil change, ever.
I don't think I ever did either.
Yeah.
I don't think about it.
Yeah.
I don't remember ever changing oil.
Yeah, I never did.
Unless my dad did it and didn't tell me, but I seriously doubt it.
Well,
that my dad damn sure would have told me.
Mm-hmm.
You old enough to be changing your oil. All you need to do is this. I doubt he did.
Look, I still don't know how to change oil, man. I take that shit straight to Walmart.
Well, it ain't that easy.
Pay
now,
my $24.99.
Yeah, you got to take the wheel off and the engine and turn it sideways.
God, you got to
click 3 times. Yeah,
fuck it.
Yeah, that's
I'd get it done. But I never did. I'm actually impressed with the Hyundai because I owned it for like 2 years. I think I maybe one time changed the oil. And it started fucking just the lifter started knocking. It started spitting and sputtering. And
it probably fucked up when you went and got the oil change. Probably did better keep it.
Yeah, it may have.
Man, that's what happened to me. I never went to the dentist. I'm going to be honest, in my adult life, I didn't have insurance for some years. And then I got a job with it, and I don't know, I just never went. And so the first time I went to the dentist, like I went as a child, of course, but like in 10 years I hadn't been.
Yeah.
Everything was perfect.
Yeah.
Like no cavities,
Damn.
wasn't shit wrong. I think I was like 30 years old or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing was wrong. Everything's good. So they tell you every 6 months. I go back 6 months later and I had cavities, all kinds of shit. Like, damn, I did better. You should have left that plaque on. It was protecting me.
Shit,
That's
I
how,
know, right?
That's how I think those cars are, man. I think sometimes you get all that shit done to them, man. It don't be what they tell you.
Man, but cars back then were janky as fuck anyway, though. I mean, most of them were.
I'll say they were actually better quality.
I don't think so.
I mean, they didn't have the features.
Like from the 80s and 90s, those cars lasted like, especially American cars. If you had a Japanese car, you were good to go.
Yeah.
A Ford or a Chevy, you got about 5 years out of that. As soon as you're done paying for it, it was done.
I feel that's the way it is. I don't know. I don't remember. Well, I don't know because I wasn't buying them, but saying we had our cars forever, like too damn long.
Well,
but I don't know if they were running good either. I just know they were running.
I think you're right. It's like the American ingenuity got diluted when the Asian markets really came into place, like the Toyotas and the Hondas and like you said, the Nissans. Man, they really revolutionized the like 4-cylinder engines. And, you could get a 4-cylinder engine that outperform all those cars. I mean, blow them out of the water, and they're tight, and so you're right. The old American cars definitely didn't have the quality the Asian vehicles can. Now it's not so much.
I agree with that.
Yeah, that's what happened.
I still feel that way.
Oh, yeah. American cars have definitely caught up.
I still feel back then,
yeah.
And I think the features, like you'll see if you have a BMW, what you had in 2018, you'll see in the Fords like 2021.
Yeah,
like they're a couple of years behind in tech. I believe they are.
No, you're right. Well, no, you're right. And
when you're talking about high end cars, definitely.
Yeah. No. The European sports cars and the European cars and even the high end Asian cars, they're insurmountable in comparison. I think
I found this out the other day because, like they always want you to put the premium gas, and I'm like, well, why is that? Like, it doesn't make sense. These cars what it is in Europe, the octane level in their regular gas is higher than our gas in America. So
right.
that's the only reason.
Higher performance.
Yeah, but I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not like it's way more there. It's just that's their regular gas.
That's all I put in is the high octane. I have to.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I have to too. They tell us. I don't know what I do know this. When I might be a fucked up dude for this, but like, have they been having my car forever and they give me this loaner? I put regular gas in the loaner. It's been doing fine.
That's okay. It'll do fine.
Yeah, I'm just saying to be the loaner BMW, I'm not going to put that shit in there.
It's just a matter of
car.
It's the matter of purity.
Yeah,
the higher octane has less inert.
Mm-hmm.
I want my gas to be
material.
A whore.
Yeah. It's definitely a difference though, because if I put the regular gas in my old Mustang, when you stomp it, you hear it going pop, 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 pop. You have to put, once I put all that high performance shit on this Mustang I had, you had to put super on with it.
Yeah, I don't care about the purity at all. I'm putting in the cheapest shit, the dirtiest gas I can find.
Yeah. And sometimes I think it depends on the gas you go to, because I see one truck coming. I'm going to be honest. I don't know if they add something to it, but when I go to the gas station and I see the truck filling them up, I see one truck come and fill up, put the thing, the hose goes to the ground. Mm-hmm. That's all I see. I don't see them. So do they add something? Like, I don't see 3 trucks.
That's because they do it in cycles. So it doesn't all run out at the same time. Yeah. So your regular unleaded, like your 87 octane, 88, whatever it is, that is going to be used the most. So
yeah.
But when they run out of the premium, like 93 and whatever, then they'll come in.
That's what you're saying. They don't do
you suck dick.
Right. But that's what it is, though. I mean, you're right. That's all it is. Higher octane is higher additives.
Yeah, I'm more worried about the quality of the gas station. Like I feel like this gas station, whether it's medium, mid-grade, or whatever, it's better than this one over here on the corner store.
That's a real thing.
That's what I always. So I watch where I get gas.
That's a real thing.
And sometimes I admit I try to go to the white neighborhoods and get gas. I'm being honest, man.
Well, but branded stations though, like ExxonMobil and Texaco, their gas, ConocoPhillips, that's great gas.
Yeah.
So if you go even in the hood, but it's a ConocoPhillips, it's going to be the same gas.
Hopefully.
Yeah, they're not going to go to the hood and go, hey, let's get our fucked up gas and put it over there in fucking poly.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's the poly gas. Over here we got the fucking
I know gas is more in the hood.
Mira Vista gas,
Like when you're in the hood, the gas is higher. I don't know why, but it's like, fuck this shit.
It's not higher.
Yeah, it is.
What?
Hell yeah, it's higher. Go look at a corner store and go to a corner store. Come over by, even in what's considered the hood, go over by Sycamore McCarty and then go up the street to Burleson.
It's just timing.
Go to the street to Burleson.
I'm telling you.
The same day. I guarantee I bet money.
It can't be higher, though.
Shit.
Not if it is, man. They can't do it. See, that's the whole price war.
Watch this. Drive to a corner store at Alta Mesa and Woodway, and when you leave there, go back over or go up the street to Burleson, or go to even off Brian Irvin. Maybe you're gonna see you'll see. Just watch.
Okay.
Grocery stores too. You can go to Walmart over here, and you can go to this Walmart. The prices are going to be higher on McCart, and even if they're not higher, they're going to be the same, but it's going to be lower quality stuff for the same price. Yes, I don't know why. I don't know why they do it like that.
And it's crazy because there's less of a selection too.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
maybe that's why they do it then.
Yeah,
they get by with it.
Yeah. Of course, that's.
I mean, if that's what you're seeing,
you can go to one Walmart,
especially when people don't have transportation. Like if people walk from the apartments there,
maybe they don't sell enough gas. They have to raise the prices to be able to justify their business.
Or maybe people still get a lot of gas.
Yeah, I'm about to say this shit's fucking.
I don't know the reason, but I know it's always been this way.
They probably get so much theft in the convenience store side that they're like, "Fuck, we gotta increase the gas."
True, or they might not get the gas as cheap as because they're individual store. I don't know. That's why I said just.
Well, they can inflate the price, but like the core prices of gasoline
you're right about
is regulated.
that.
But
right.
they can inflate it a little bit. So maybe so.
And some of those people, even though it might say like Exxon or 7-Eleven or whatever, they're like if you go in there, they're not part of the franchise. They're part of
corporation.
Yeah, I guess that's right. They're like they're their own individual. Because like you have a coupon, they say, well, we don't take those with this one.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they're individually owned instead of
like
maybe they're just renting
franchisees.
The name. Yeah, they're just renting the name or something.
Yeah, that'd be no.
I might have said it backwards, but
it's okay. Yeah, no, yeah. A lot of your 7-Elevens are corporately owned, and then you got the ones that are individual franchises.
Yeah, that's what I guess.
Yeah, and those guys are different disclosure shit, whatever, blah blah blahs.
Yeah.
Probably some shit, good shit about 7-Eleven though, dude. No bullshit. Their fucking food is on point.
Yeah, I like those hot dogs.
Man.
I've been eating them motherfuckers since we had food stamps as a little kid. I used to get a big gub Slurpee and a big bite hot dog. Man, that was the shit as a kid.
Yeah.
You know what? I haven't had a Slurpee in a minute, and now I'm tempted to
go get one, dude.
Go to 7-Eleven and get a Slurpee.
Speaking of that, that's another thing. As a kid, we couldn't eat in a car. We never were allowed to eat in a car, ever.
Yeah. Ever.
Ever. I'm talking about if you went through the drive-through, when you get home. But like now, you let your kids start eating or eating the car. Yeah. But you'll say don't spill nothing, but you'll.
You know why? Because almost every car has leather.
Yeah.
Or plastic seats. Back in those, you had fucking crushed velvet seats,
Probably
remember?
So,
yeah.
And like onions for days.
Yeah.
We just didn't eat in car. Even on a trip, like a road trip or something, we stop at the store and eat chips or stop somewhere and eat. We may have eaten in the car, but I don't remember it. I don't remember ever eating. I can't picture my dad driving and eating. I don't remember that.
We were able to eat in our cars, but that's after we wiped the dog hair off the seats.
But here's the weird part: is that people didn't eat in their cars, but they damn sure smoked in them,
dude.
Oh yeah,
I mean, the families that smoke
like a chimney, especially the old school grandparents and shit, dude.
Yeah,
the same people that smoke in the cars put fucking like plastic on their furniture at the house. They would. You'd walk into the house and smell like fucking smoke and have stains on the like yellow walls and shit that are already yellow because of the timing of the style.
Yep.
And you'd sit down and your ass would be like,
yep.
You'd be like, dude, I feel like
I'm plastic on the couch.
Why is my ass sweating so bad?
In case they resell it, I guess.
I guess. They're like, yeah, dude. I never forget that shit. I go to my grandma's. She'd be like, make sure you sit on, she called it a divan. Make sure you sit on the divan and make sure you iron out the plastic. And I'm like, what the fuck, dude? But then you're right. There'd be smoke everywhere in that fucking house.
Yeah, I mean, my parents didn't smoke, so there was no smoke in that car. But pretty much everyone else I knew did smoke, and including me when I got my first car. Man, I lit that shit up. Like my car probably smelled like a fucking.
Mike was the first person I knew that smoked.
I was smoking Newport Shorts.
You and that other guy at Pizza Hut. I can't remember his name now. He was a white guy, long hair.
Pizza Hut.
There were two guys, Rob and JJ, I think.
No, it's neither one of them. I can't think of his name now. He actually lives over in. I seen him not long ago.
Matt.
Yeah. Matt
okay.
smoked like a motherfucker, boy.
Yeah, he was a smoker.
That motherfucker smoked. I'm talking about smoke breaks. Like, damn, man. I don't know if it was a pack a day or what, but
dude, it's crazy.
I just can't imagine that.
That's so
I
crazy.
just can't imagine it.
I remember you back in the Pizza Hut days. Sorry, I just randomly thought about Pizza Hut. I remember those. Did you start on the one over there by where we used to live? Yeah, Sycamore.
Yeah, we all worked there. I did.
Yeah. You did too, didn't you? Yeah.
Damn near everybody worked there. So
you know what, dude?
Even if it was just for a week, we all ran through that boat.
See, that's the thing I love about our generation. We had to work, but it's like these kids today, they don't fucking ever want to work for pizza stores.
Yeah.
No, I mean, they won't do
Nobody
any of that
wants
shit.
to do the small jobs. Like, what we, yeah. And now that's another thing why our stuff costs so much.
Yep.
Because you got a motherfucker working. My daughter worked there. And when she was working, she's making $12 an hour.
Yeah.
You know, just doing the register.
Yeah. No.
So if you're paying them little 16-year-old $12 an hour, price of pizza's got to go up. Because
absolutely. And when you're paying $12 an hour, they still think they're not getting enough.
Yeah.
They're still like, this is shit.
Let me tell you what else these motherfuckers do. And my child included. They got this thing like if your food's, $14 or $13.96 and you give them a 10 and a 5, do you want your change? Because what they let them do is that difference, they get to have that as a tip.
Yeah, right.
Or if you slide your card, you got to be careful. Because a lot of times your food be like 19, let's just say 56.
Yep.
They'll
Probably
just slide
China.
$20 because most people are okay with it.
Right.
And they get to keep that difference.
That's right, yeah.
So let's just say 50, 60 cents times 100 people.
Yep.
That's a lot of money they make during the day. And motherfucker, you don't just do that without asking because so many people don't even care,
And it's crazy because it's like,
they're saving up for that new car that's $20,000.
Dude, these kids today,
they
man,
can't get for $500.
And it's just, God, you're right. It's, but it's like, damn, man.
Everything's become a hustle.
Everything's a hustle.
Yeah.
And nothing's ever good enough.
Yeah.
Nothing's ever good enough now. And I don't know, man. It's a mentality thing. I mean, shit. Good luck to them. That's all I know. I hope that whole generation figures it out.
Yeah, they're going to. Well,
they will because we always do.
Yeah, we are. And I think that the world's becoming accepted of it. Like,
because they called us slackers back in the day.
They sure did. Our parents, I know we were compared to our parents.
In comparison, yeah.
I think the more you get educated, just like the car, how you all say the car has evolved.
Yeah.
People evolve. So people are not going to deal with what they would deal with. A woman's not going to deal with what our mothers dealt with or what our grandmothers dealt with. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
What I'm not okay with is when you want the same results, like the benefits. Like, you know what I mean? You can't have the benefits of Big Mama and you're on the internet posing. You can't have the benefits of Big Mama. Big Mama had kids just by Big Granddaddy.
Yeah.
She didn't have kids from somewhere else. As a man, you can't want your wife to do everything, but you're not paying the bills. She's paying the bills.
Right.
You can't. We want the benefits of the stuff, but we don't want the responsibility. And that's the only issue I have. If a child says, "Hey, I don't want to work on this," well, then you need to be pretty smart because if you're not going to work a job to get somebody to give you money and not be doing anything illegal, you're going to really have to have your shit together. And if you can do that, if you say you're worth this much money and you want to work for $15 or whatever it is that they pay, I'm okay with that. But you're going to have to be able to prove that you're worth it.
Yeah.
And I don't think you're going to be able to prove that. But if you can get out and find somebody to pay you more, okay. But if you just sit on your ass because you expect more and now you're not doing shit, well, you're just another bum.
That's it.
You just have a different excuse for why you're not working.
No, I agree.
Uh-huh.
I agree with you 100%, actually. Yeah, no, it's a fucking viral, man, right now with all these kids. Shit. So
But
It's all the internet in this phone, man.
Yep.
These phones have changed you're at home with your child. You're not an absent father, but you're just at home.
Mm-hmm.
Me, just at home. We're in the house. But while we're at work, let's say 8 hours a day.
Mm-hmm.
And then when we get home, we're home, but we're watching TV or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But even though they're on the phone. So they're still, even though we tell them certain things, this motherfucker here, and the younger they started, it's the worst.
Oh,
because
dude.
it has even more of an influence.
You're so right.
So this phone is a bad even for us adults. It can trick you, man. Like you can look on there and watch, let's just say our podcast. Hey, we need some views, we need some followers. And let's just say you don't have followers. And this other guy has 1 million followers. You'll automatically tell yourself he's better than you.
Yeah.
But he may not be.
No.
But we're going off of what this phone is telling us.
Yeah.
The media can say, Dak Prescott, prime example. The man looked good last week against the Eagles. Hey, we kicked y'all's ass. Y'all remember that? Or y'all's ass, yeah. Yeah, we kicked y'all's ass. But anyway, Dak Prescott looked good. But they're giving him all this shit. And I'm actually, for once, I'm taking up for the guy. He didn't win, but his stats, the man did good. But they can tell you suck.
Yeah.
And it's like, shit, well, when you look on here, it says he sucks. Yeah. So he sucks.
Yeah.
He's actually had a couple of pretty good games.
Yeah, he had a damn good game.
Yeah. I mean, again, we're talking about Cowboys fans. So,
no, I'm just saying the media, period.
Yeah.
Anybody, I mean, what I'm basically, yeah, you're right. We're talking about them. But I'm basically just saying, if you didn't have this phone, you wouldn't even hear half of the.
Oh, yeah, no.
How would Dak Prescott hear what you said or what I said?
Right.
But if he picks his phone up, he might see a video. He might see somebody's, shaming the shit out of him. And we tagged him, hashtag.
Yeah.
That's the difference, I think.
Yeah, there is something about, the reach that people have nowadays that we see everything. We see everybody's life.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's one of the reasons why people kind of feel like I don't have enough because I see what all these other people have.
Right. Yeah.
And for us growing up, we saw what each other had, and that was about it.
Yeah, and it all was the same. Pretty much nobody was, your car, whether it was an older station wagon or not, it wasn't much older than my parents' car.
Oh, I know what you mean.
Or even if we,
it wasn't a lot of quality difference there.
Yeah, we were all in the same area. Like,
no, I know what you mean.
Yeah, well, when we moved over there, so when we came more from I guess considered not as a nice area, but I felt better. We had a house, we had a room, me and my brother shared a room, 3-bedroom house. We moved there. I felt the difference. Mm-hmm. Like you go over your friend's house and he's got his own room. You go to Mike's house. Mike has his own room. Mm-hmm. You go to my house, we're all 3 kids in one room. Like you feel it, but it's not that big of a deal because you're a kid and you're having fun.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You just know I can't have nobody spend the night.
Yep. Yeah.
If we was to spend the night, we go over there. We can't nobody spend the night in our house. It ain't no room.
Yeah.
Like we know this. But like you say, when you can actually see a big difference, like I live in a shack and this man has a freaking 6 met. Like, damn, fuck. Man, my shit ain't shit.
I remember
that.
Yeah.
Like it does. But it would be good if it would motivate people to go and do more. But then some people really just don't have the ability. So it's like, yeah.
And I think a lot of people get misled too.
Oh yeah.
Like I really, really go hard on people who tell kids that they absolutely have to go to college. You don't.
Yeah, that's true. No, you don't.
Plumbers make good money. Electricians make good money. I mean, you can make money without a college degree. You don't need that.
College is going to put you in debt.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I see. Is I see a lot of people in debt and working jobs that they could have got a better job without even going to college.
The only thing college is going to probably show is dedication, because you're going to have to be dedicated. And maybe if you're an employer who values it, that this person had the ability to stay with this long, knowing they weren't making money. That takes a lot of discipline.
Yeah.
And if this person worked this hard doing this and their grades are good and all,
yep.
then think about how hard they're going to go for me when I pay them.
Yep.
That it would be a plus, but then a lot of people don't give a shit.
Yep.
It's whoever gonna come to work every day and work. I don't give a damn.
Yeah, nah, man.
Exactly. That's what they really care about.
But that's another thing in our era. They push college.
Mm-hmm.
College was big. And then everybody our age group had student loan debt.
Mm-hmm.
Our parents didn't have that. They didn't teach them that. And you don't see the kids now. They're not. I mean, most people are just already mentally. What's the word? Like they've already been conditioned.
They've been programmed. Yeah.
But you don't see the big, the big thing. They're giving people, hey, I got mine forgiven. I never paid them motherfuckers. I kept getting it put off, and they finally forgave me. Like I just found out a few months ago. It actually was forgiven last year. I just thought they left me the fuck alone.
Damn.
Yeah, yeah, they actually did. I don't know how I feel about it because in some ways, I feel like if you agree to pay for something, then regardless, you should pay for it. But then on the flip side, I feel like they fucked us all because they don't guarantee your job. They don't guarantee, and it's like all that debt. And I don't know. So
the debt is the only thing that is guaranteed.
Well, and when you're young, you don't know what the fuck you're doing.
Yeah, that's
exactly.
And
They take advantage of that.
That's the problem. You're getting in debt as a young person.
Yeah, and they're just telling you need to go to school.
Yeah.
Now I owe $40,000. I haven't made $1 yet.
That's it. You don't know what you want to do with yourself. Not really. Very few do. You know.
And that's why I tell kids, figure out what you want to do first. Figure out what your career path is. And then go back and say, do I need a college degree to get there?
Yep.
Don't go get a degree and then try to decide what you're going to do with your life. Because
Or
what
get
you're
the
going to
job.
be doing is making payments.
And make them, if the employer believes in you, get them to pay for it.
Exactly. You know, you can get a job and
Like
your
my daughter, her
employer
school-
will pay.
Yeah, her school. Yeah, there you go. That sounds good.
I mean, there's a
And
lot.
you can drive a car now that'll get you back and forth to school.
Exactly.
Unlike us.
Well, Mike, do you want to steer us into the end of the show here?
Yeah, guys. Oh, while we're on the topic, one more thing I wanted to bring up was that there was a bill because we talked about cars for the future. Well, there is something that we can look forward to in the future. We can look forward to the government being able to cut your fucking car off whenever they feel like it.
Like a governor.
A kill switch is going to be installed in every car built after 2025.
Well, it ain't my 1956 T-Bird.
And why is that? In case
They
they need
say
to? Or?
it's to prevent drunk driving. Like the car is going to somehow be able to detect if you're drunk, and it'll either stop running or it won't start.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine you fucking driving down the freeway and all of a sudden your shit just goes off?
Yeah.
Yeah, like
that will happen.
Probably from your
someone
breath or something.
I'm guessing it detects like if you're swerving or some shit. I'm not sure exactly.
Well, cars
how it
do
works.
that now. Mine, if you're not driving, if you're, I guess it has a camera. If you go to dozing off or something, it'll drive for you.
I'm trying to tell you, man, in the next 30 years, cars are all going to be operated artificially. We're just going to be sitting in those motherfuckers. That's what's going to it's going that direction. I'm telling you, whether they fly or whether they're on the road, we won't, they'll eventually, because the kids today, like,
They're teaching them with the games.
Dude. And they don't even, like, kids, how many kids you know really know how to drive manual cars? Because there's not very many, right? Not many kids know. Well, in 30 years, kids probably won't really know how to operate a vehicle. They'll know how to hit, like you said, hit the button and program the vehicle.
Yeah.
But driving it, they're going to do away with it. I mean, it just makes sense. It's the next evolution. It has to go that way. So everyone's
One thing about it, nobody would break laws then. There wouldn't be like speeding tickets or nothing.
Right.
It'll just
in
do
theory.
what's right.
Yeah, but you're right. I think that's all. I mean, it's going to be interesting, man. I don't know if we'll be around to see it really, but
probably not.
Well, I mean, the self-driving cars are out there right now.
Yeah, they are.
I mean,
everybody would be doing it.
Yeah, the day that everyone has it, I don't know.
Well, just
I'm not paying for the gas.
For those that watch this show,
y'all know how I feel about self-driving cars.
For those that watch this show 100 years from now, they can remember that we predicted the future when we say one day.
Yeah, like The Simpsons.
Hell yeah, dude!
Every car is going to be a self-driving car.
It will be.
No,
and
it will.
You'll just be sitting your ass in there, and it'll.
I mean, they have autopilot on planes. They have, they somewhat have it now. It's just about getting everybody.
And it is. And I think ultimately, I mean, what's interesting? A statistic. Just you got to hear.
Won't be any more Mexicans running stop signs.
Not at all. So
who goes first?
I looked up the statistic the other day, and I was wondering, when our parents were young, like in the 1950s, 40s, 50s, 60s, there was only like 2 to 3 billion people in the entire planet. From that point to now, there's like around 9 billion people.
Damn.
Look at that major increase in like a 60, 70, or 80 year dip. Golly, can you imagine how many people are going to be on Earth in 100 years? There's no way you can rely on people to operate vehicles.
Sure can't.
You can't.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it'll all be automated.
Yep.
It has to be.
Oh, 100 years from now, though, we're gonna wipe out part of the population.
Yeah, that's another thing too.
Yeah, the number's gonna go down.
Yeah, it's gonna go down.
Well,
we're getting more
either
and more
that or
violent right now.
We're either going to wipe out population,
They've done it before,
or we're going to colonize on other planets.
Oh, we ain't gonna make it to no other planet.
Not with this shit.
Star Trek ain't happening.
I don't know, man. I think, you know what? I don't know.
We ain't getting there. I'm sorry.
Hey, man.
Humanity. Yeah, we're not gonna
Something
make
else
it,
to talk
y'all.
about. That'll be another on the next Gen X talk show.
Humanity.
That's the voice when he talked about old boy's mom earlier.
Oh yeah.
His mom.
Oh man.
I'll rub your ass.
Oh, let's get out of here, y'all. Hey, thanks to everyone who's watching us. You can check us out on YouTube. You can check us out on Spotify. You can check us out on iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, wherever you listen to your podcast. You can find the Gen X Talk podcast.
Yes, yes.
So make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And if you're a hot mom out there, you can send me an inbox. Just playing.
Just tell me where you dumped your kids' toys in the trash.
Exactly.
All right, guys. I'm checking out.
All right, you guys. Until next time, be a hoe.